Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys. This will be taken in at the 1.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 8, read.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
General West. Look at me. Door.
He's checking. Crash. Watch out.
Look at me. Zipper. Let's go.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On the ball. Jump. Leo. Yes.
They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, Steve 6.
Check. Watch the before.
Big River.
Operating from the gun. Right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy. Take care of the football. We're on the road. You're a youngster. Let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you. Move on. Long way to go in this one.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Throwing. Prescott. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott, and he got Ezekiel Elliott. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Double dog. That's the way.
Hey, kill. 55.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, it's Bell. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
Throwing on 1st down. Right. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Here's Wright, throwing again on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Elliott running right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I can't believe they let you go 47. I can't believe they even let you play. Shot 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there's optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Got it.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go out. I'm here now.
On the counter, here's Bell. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Right. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Sponge. No. Kill. Out. Back. Swerve to A. 26.
Here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3-and-out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 2nd and 9 now. That's into the hands of Reynolds. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
A gain of 15.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Right, operating from the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd and 10. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Prescott from the gun. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Taken in at the 11. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
All day, every day, any day. Check, check. Fresno. 36. Check 24. Check 24.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Watch the shit.
Here we go, 47.
On second down, it's Elliott. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. 22 yards there, a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now that carry just did something significant as well. It pushed him past Jerome Bettis on the NFL all-time rushing list. The bus had 13,662.
And not every carry you get in the NFL is going to be open field, right? A place you can make your cuts. You've got to get some of those grimy yards, don't you? You got to go inside and run through people, just as Jerome Bettis did. That's what we've seen him do as well.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Now a give, right side, Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Here's Prescott. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over 1st and 10.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Check.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like...
Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on second and long. Prescott. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And it's fielded at the 34. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the Go.
Here's 2nd and 8. Trying to lay one up deep. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. For a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
55, my guy, 55. Quit talking about it and bring it. Check.
Draw play, Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Prescott now from the 50. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Right. This is Bell on the dump off. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check safety, check safety.
To throw is right. Throwing again. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now right. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Bell. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you've got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game. One of the premier runners in the NFL.
Going up top. It got his man complete. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Go. Hey, go.
From the gun, right. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run with Elliott. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch.
At their own 35-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A 20th carry here for Elliott. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Dixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
26. 26. Mike's 40. Mike's 40. 26. 40's Mike. 40's Mike. Target. 26. 26.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. This is Elliott. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Flush to his right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
You don't want none. Hey, you want anything? You don't want it? 550, 26.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Let's go. Hey, Tuesday. Hey, ball here. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Right now, looking to throw on 2nd down. This will be caught by Brown. down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Ready? Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm trying to collect. 5.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch it go.
Here's Wright on 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 28. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
I hope he runs a rush because I'm about to take you to school. Hey, watch it.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Hey, check.
Now Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That good for 22 and a first down. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Dallas, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.